gonna do some weight training today. You know that I love weight training because it's going to give you more definition, which is always great to have, but it also increases your overall metabolic burn. So you're burning more calories all day long because your muscles need the fuel, which is awesome. The more muscle you have, the more fuel it needs, which is burn, 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 baby. All right, today we are going to work shoulders and back. So you can probably pick a decent amount of weight here, and we are going to, for the most part, doing an overhead press and rows. And we are going to do 3 sets to max out our muscle groups, and then move on to the next exercise instead of doing a whole set and then doing the entire set, which is also a super cool way to do weight training if you want to. Variation, muscle confusion makes a difference. Today we are going to max out the muscle group completely before we move on. So we are going to do the first set at 10 reps, then 8 reps, then 6 reps. And as you do this exercise program more and more, you would just increase the weights and try to keep the reps about the same, or you could potentially keep the weight the same and increase it and do 12, 10, and 8. So hopefully that makes sense. So let's just do a little bit of a warm up first. So the shoulders, we're just gonna do small shoulder rolls first, a couple of times back. We wanna increase the circulation, make the muscles nice and happy. Now come forward. We want the joints to have some synovial fluid moving around in there so they feel like they're ready to move for you. It will decrease injury and increase your performance. So we're gonna do some hugs to ourselves, exaggerate coming back, like you're a rag doll or someone you don't like is behind you, and then you see somebody you love and you wanna be like, oh. Okay, so you're going alternating arms back and forth. Now let's do some big shoulder rolls back a couple of times, exaggerate that motion, move them around. Now come forward, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now something I didn't say before is keep your abs engaged for this. I know this program and this particular workout is not necessarily for your abdominals, but you always want to protect your back and think about good form. And I'll give you cues as we go through these exercises together. But when you engage this area, you not only get a little bit more muscle activity, but you're also doing some protection for your body. And that is always a good thing, right? The more you generate power here, you can probably beef up the weights as well. So I want you to do, pick a weight. That the first exercise is going to be an upright row. So with this exercise, if you show me first, if you have the weights facing away, I'm going to step back for a second, see how my weights and my palms are facing me, and you're actually going to bring, like if I was zipping up a coat, my shoulders stay below or at the same level of my shoulders as I come here. And again, you're not dropping them to the floor, you're controlling them down. Be aware, you know, again, sometimes you see upright rows, people like have those elbows come above your shoulder. As a PT, I'm discourage you from doing that. You don't need something called impingement or bursitis. So you are keeping it low. Shoulders are back in line with your ears. You're engaged and you're standing upright, okay? So we're gonna go 10, 8, and 6. Nice deep breath in, exhale through your mouth. Here we go, so we're zipping it up. 10, and down. 9, 8, 7, 6. You should feel some heat here as we're going midway through. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so remember that. So you were doing a very short rest here. You could put the weights down. Now again, these are 10s. You could do maximum 15s. But again, if you are doing 15s and you feel like you're just going in this area, that's okay too. You just don't want to exaggerate with the elbow coming up. You don't want to recruit those neck muscles either because those are for something else. They want to balance your brain. We don't need them aggravating your shoulders. All right, here we go on 8 reps. Here we go. Bellies are tight. Upright rows. 8 and down. 7. Awesome job. 6. I know we're going kind of fast here. 4, breathe out as you need to. 3, and 2, and 1, okay? So you should feel, even though that was 2 reps, that were 2 reps less than what we just did, you should feel like there was still some exertion towards the end of that set. Okay, so you have those types of sets that you're doing repetitions to do. Okay, so I know that was minimum, but we're now just going for 6, okay? So shoulders are back. Remember, squeeze those shoulder blades together, engage your abdomen, and here we go for 6. 6 and down. 5, you are controlling that all the way down. Breathe in, and 2, and 1. Perfect. So the only thing, and this is what we're calling like shoulders and back, is that you are going to, feel like those muscles are working, but if you are in good posture, you're gonna be working all around, okay? So kind of shake your wrists out a little bit. Again, you wanna kind of keep those muscles in the forearms because those are holding the muscles. You don't wanna have excessive contractions in muscles that really aren't doing a lot of the work, because it just expends energy, and again, we wanna put our energy towards other things, okay? Plus you wanna just reduce some injury as well, or risk of injury. All right, so now we are flipping to a reverse muscle group. So we're gonna do one set more towards the front part of our shoulders to the top, and the other one to the back. So this is going to be a row. So I do want you to sink in a little bit, sit that booty back, and then you're going to bring your arms, your elbows behind your shoulders to like scraping your rib cage. Those are in. So if I'm showing you from this angle, and then I'm showing you from this angle, and I'm just sitting down, but my chest is not down here. You could do this, and that's okay too, because you want to feel the contraction between the shoulder blades. I like to bend the legs because, again, might as well work those legs too. Do what feels comfortable. Again, I'm just saying I don't want you to do this. So see the difference here to where I bend my legs and I'm here, okay? So what we're working on, my weights face each other, my palms are facing each other. We're doing the same thing, 10 reps on the first set. 10 and down. 9, good job. 8, keep that back flat. 7, neck is in neutral alignment. And 5, really squeeze like a pencil is between your shoulder blades. 2, and 1. Good, and down, and come up. So remember, again, you're never really doing this roll the vertebrae up, one by one, like you would say yoga or a flexibility workout. When you're carrying the extra weights, you're always doing the work with your legs, and think about that from a functional perspective as well. All right, so again, we're gonna come down. This is a shorter set for 8 reps. Hopefully I got that last set right, okay? Sit down, chest is up, and again, if you have my chest parallel to the ground, that's okay. No straining your back for this, okay? Promise me. All right, so we got 8 and down. 7, 6, and 5, 4, really pull up. 3, and 2, and 1. Good, and then come down. It's feeling so good, right? We're almost halfway through this particular exercise because we're doing 4 exercises total, okay? All right, so let's go right into it, and we're gonna do 6 reps of here. So again, you're gonna come down into it. 6, elbows are next to the rib cage. 4, breathing through it. 3, and 2, and 1. Good. So with any of those, you could always hold it at the end range. You could increase your reps. I would say for this set, for me, I felt a little bit stronger. I probably could have gone a little bit heavier there. The idea of this superset is that you should feel like there's work being done. You almost want to feel like, again, you're maxing out for that rep. And if you do have free weights, it's a little bit easier to change the weight per muscle group. But if you don't and you just have adjustable weights, pick the weight and try to stick through it, because these muscle groups are pretty big. Your risk of injury is probably a little bit less if your mechanics are good with a heavier weight. With a lighter weight, you just, again, would want to increase the reps like I told you at the beginning of this video. All right, so we are done with our upper back. We're going back to the shoulders. This is one of my favorites. It's because we are going to do an overhead press, and as you come down, elbows stay apart, but once you get to that 90 degrees, you're doing a chest fly, open, and then press up to the ceiling. Okay, so this is a little bit of a longer contraction. So you're gonna wanna think about that. Again, tighten your belly to the spine always. You could bend your knees a little bit if you need to power up. Elbows are out, and we're gonna do 10 to start with. All right, so you're like pressing a box overhead up, and you would exhale here, stop at 90 degrees, and bring the weights like you're squeezing a tennis ball between the elbows, okay? So this is 2. And again, see, my hands are open. The weights are just resting there. Now again, this, you're gonna start to get tired here because your arms have already done a good amount of work, okay? So keep the form. We're halfway there. Ready? And this would be good. And down. Good, we're almost there. Got 3 more. Together. And 2. Together, last one. Go nice, exhale. And down. So if you were starting to lose your form, you can put those weights down for a minute and shake it out. You would want to just maybe decrease the weights or decrease the motion, you know, the range of motion. But if you start to feel you're starting to lose it, this is not a strength training competition. This is not like Arnold Schwarzenegger, super world man, whatever. We already know we're superhuman. I don't need a medal, although that would be kind of cool, but we don't need to do that right now. But I know you already have it, so let that baby shine. Know your limits is what I'm saying, or know when to push through. All right, shoulders are back. We're doing 8 reps. We gotta get through here. Once we get through this, the last exercise isn't so bad. So you're gonna ready? Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. This is 1, and together. Good. Really try to keep those elbows up. 2. Nice. 3. Just visualize finishing strong. 4, halfway there. Good, keep the control. 5, I can definitely feel this. 6, and down. And 7, and down. And 8, and down. Whew! So that is getting a little bit tough. In order to do 6 reps, if you really felt like you needed to do a 3rd set, you wouldn't want to abandon that 3rd set. You would want to just do a lighter weight, okay? So consider that, and I like to give you some tips on these. Let's do a couple shoulder rolls as well. As you're doing these exercises, is learning a little bit weight training in general, because there may be good opportunities that come up for you, you know, things you want to try. Having an awareness of the safety of a weight training program is always going to guide you, and that's what I want to offer you, okay? So it's not just about powering through and doing the motion, it's about understanding what you're doing, and that's going to serve you for your lifetime. All right, so let's finish. 6 reps. 6 reps. You totally can do this, and I believe in you. Ready? Here we go. Exhale on the exertion. This is 1. And 2, shoulders are back. Good. And 3, I went down a little bit too much there. Good. And 4, we got 2 more. And 5, oh, yes. And 6, let's just hold it. Take a screenshot, yes? Take a selfie. You are freaking awesome. Slowly lower it down, make it almost painful, yet it feels so good. All right, take a little break, and we're going to our last set, which is 1 more of our back. Now we did a row with the arms and elbows scraping the rib cage. This time we're gonna be working out going to the side. So now your elbows, you're basically gonna be doing an X. So if I was facing you, you're coming out. But I'm not coming up. See, we did the rows before, the upright rows. Now we're going more, say, to the side. So if I was a ragdoll and I had a hook right here, it would be basically like a Pinocchio situation. So you're gonna do X the arms, up, come down in the legs, you know, might as well, right? Might as well. All right, so come down in, my palms are facing me. I'm gonna step back for the first rep, just because again, you can see I'm working on my own house, no specific equipment here. We're gonna do 10 reps, okay? So I'm gonna start here, come up, 1 and down, 2 and down, good, 3, chest stays up, 4, deep breaths, halfway, 6 and back, 7 and 8 and 9, 1 more, and 10, and down. So again, you can feel the difference that again, I'm still going against gravity. These muscles in your back are very large and they need to be worked. So again, as you go through different programs, and I might have you do different things at different times where we're only focusing on the upper back. And if you're like, well, Marcy, I can feel this, but I think I can go heavier, you can designate that time to switch out your weights if you want to. But this is a great way to start because you're doing a superset where you're working that muscle all the way through. You're not giving it tons of time to recover, get right back into it and do the next set. So as I just said, let's do 8 reps. Bend the legs, suck that belly in, chest is up, X the arms and pull them out. 8 and down. 7, neck is neutral. 6, really squeeze the back. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. So remember, you're always controlling the descent. This is not about just letting gravity take over. This is about you taking control, controlling that weight. So it's working the muscle in a what we call a concentric, shortening, and then an eccentric. That muscle has to work until you actually extend the position of the joint all the way down. All right, last set. Finish so strong. Bend the legs, get yourself ready. X the arms, we're doing 6. Good. And 5. And 3. And 2. And 1. And down. Nice job. Now before you go, again, let's do a couple shoulder rolls back. Close this out. Know that every workout, every mindset exercise, can't say all the food we have that is good for us all the time, but the awareness of what your body needs, what your soul craves, that's what makes the difference, right? Okay, we're gonna bring your arm across your body and hold. This is about the enjoyment of your life and confidence in yourself and having the ability to understand what your body is telling you instead of finding out later what your doctors are, for some reason finding on some test somewhere along the line. It's never too late to start, but it's great to start before you're even getting, symptoms that you experience because it's a lot harder to treat. So I am so incredibly proud of you for dedicating yourself to your health. It's good to schedule out time than to have to find the time when it's really probably the most inconvenient time, right? All right, we're gonna increase and inhale up. And we want to exhale down. Nice job, and I'll see you in the next video.